Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Koimonogatari. Tonight we're on episode 3. So, what happened last time? Blah blah blah. Let me real quick just boom get the comments on the screen. And yeah, we are drinking a Capri Sun. So get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack. Basic recap wise, Kaiki and Senjugahara. Well, Senjugahara has hired Kaiki to go deal with the whole Sengoku situation and lie his way into getting Senjugahara and Araragi out of harm's way, basically, right? And so they were in another city because bits, and now they've flown back, and Kaiki changed his haircut, new haircut, looking fly, okay, I like it, Kaiki, and then went to, almost just said Hachikuji, went to Sengoku's house, talked with her parents, which is kind of crazy, you know, because parents don't show up that often, and then went over to the shrine, talked with Sengoku, lied to Sengoku a lot, and that's kind of where we've been left off. There is a lot of interesting subtext kind of going on that we're trying to like talk through, deal with, etc. On the whole like Araragi, Senjugahara stuff, kind of a layer underneath on that relationship, how Kaiki feels about that relationship, any relationships between Senjugahara and Kaiki, blah blah blah. But yeah, so off the top ropes at the top of the comments, let's just real quick just go top to bottom. You know how it goes. You already know how it goes. Let's talk a little slower, enunciate properly. The flashing part about Kaiki, like the about the love with Kaiki that was referring to, I assume, Gaen, right? Is crazy. Still crazy to me that's a flashing bit. It's both. I thought this was a good point that, yeah, the line of, while I know love, I don't know losing it. That's just crazy to me. But yeah, it being a flashing bit is, I'm kind of torn between both of these kind of things, where it's like, it's so good that I would hate to have missed it. And I was literally scrolling back through again before just clicking record it, and I could not for the life of me find it. So, I don't know, maybe I'll find it if I get lucky. But it's so good that I don't want to, I would hate to have missed it, but at the same time, like, for what the flashing bits seem to represent of more of a, like, kind of like, small, like, intrusive thoughts or like quick thoughts or just things that are, you know, less of in the world and more within the head of the narrator, it being a flashing bit makes narrative sense in that way, right? And so I don't know, I'm kind of split. And then it's also a nice rewatch candy, though. Like, ideally, I think ideally it would be a flashing bit for me, but it would be one that hangs on the screen for like an extra space, right? So that everyone has time to read it, but it's still falling into the narrative of like what the flashing bits kind of are, because I do think it works as that. And like, I don't know how else he would bring it. Like, he could do like an internal monologue little thing, which, you know, they sometimes do, I guess, but I like it being a flashing bit because it feels more like that intrusive, like melancholic passing thought. But yeah, I would have liked if they let it hang a little bit longer. Cool thing though, kind of random, the closet thing. Not random, I don't know why I said that. The closet thing is crazy to me. Not going to lie, I barely remember the closet thing. I think somebody else mentioned right here. Just in case you don't remember, I don't, like, if I'm like really stringing if I'm really squeezing every juice out of my memory, like maybe, but her mentioning, or like Kaiki seeing the closet again, I was like, and what? It's a closet? So that is actually incredible foreshadowing that there was something going on with it back in Nisei. I mean, that was a while ago. But, what is in that closet, man? It's just crazy. It's the, like, her, like, true self kind of way. Like, the way she was at when she got in front of the class and went, like, bam! I'm gonna fix this, you know, after the bangs got cut and all that. Like, that's what the closet is. It's the hidden area, right? It's the secluded spot. It's where the dirty laundry is, you know? And so, but I don't know what that's gonna materialize is. Like, is it gonna materialize as some, like, love, like, stocky, like it's, shrine stuff with Araragi? I don't know. Is it gonna be, like, the way she dresses, or it's all the same clothes? I don't know. Or is it gonna be like a bunch of I kind of said last time that it might be a bunch of the clothes she was trying to woo Aragi with. So maybe it's like inappropriate clothes in that way that would be out of her like cute personality, or maybe like heavy leather spikes, spiked collar, you know. I don't know. What's in your closet? What's in the closet? This is crazy to me. So fast love is the OP. So I was thinking that, so this is the Kaiki arc, right? And what I mean by that is it's narrated by Kaiki. Kaiki's our guy walking us through it. He's the guy telling us the story. And so, and the visuals of the OP were Kaiki and Senjo, right? So, but the lyrics, a lot of people are saying, and I do agree after kind of thinking about it, are really about Araragi and Senjogahara. And so somebody, I don't remember if it was in here or in another comment, somebody said something pogged that this is basically, and I think Kaiki said it at the beginning of the arc. I think the comment said as much. Right here. And for the record, Kaiki is narrating the love story, Koimonogatari of Senjo and Araragi. He said that in episode 1. Maybe he's lying, though. That's bars. Because that means that the OP, it's like this weird thing, and it really fits into the whole, like, Kaiki as a, like, different version of Araragi thing, where while we're seeing in the OP the different, like, the younger Kaiki, the younger Senjogahara with, like, the retro, like, lens on, really, it's a story about Araragi and Senjogahara, right? Just, like, the lyrics of it. But that kind of puts Kaiki, or, like, a younger Kaiki and Araragi on, like, the same wavelength, you know? Because that's, like, kind of the comparison that's being made. Which is interesting. And that's kind of what got me spinning so hard on the idea that, like, Araragi and Senjogahara might be, like, not doing well as a couple. Though I don't like that idea anymore. I think I've pulled back on that idea a lot. Like, maybe it'll come into fruit, like, something will happen later. But, like, right now, I don't think there's really enough to go off of. Because what was going on in the last episode was we're in this spot where Senjo had, like, a crush on Kaiki when Kaiki was conning her, right? And then she didn't ever, like, that never went anywhere, right? And then she hooked up with Araragi. And now they're a couple and they're having a good time. Not hooked up, but they're a couple that are having a good time. But now, instead of going to Araragi, because it's, like, not a very good idea, or, like, any manner of reasons, she's going back to Kaiki to deal with something. So it does kind of feel like that could also be a like, analogy or an extension of the Araragi Senjogahara relationship, and it, like, falling apart and her retreating to Kaiki or whatever. But I don't like she's literally at like a Christmas thing with Araragi's family, right? And her family and her dad came over. Like, that's a pretty positive experience of bonding. Like, that's not them, you know, getting murdered or like, that's not like a relationship falling apart, most likely. Not that we're aware of. And then if we're to see that the OP is Kaiki narrating to us the love story of Araragi and Senjogahara, which I like that. I like that a lot. And that fits into the whole Koimonogatari title name, all that kind of stuff. Then, like, the OP is pretty, I mean, well, I'll probably do another scroll through of it after we go through comments, because I kind of want to with different context in mind. But, like, I don't know, I feel like that'll work, and it'll show like, because it's like, she's saying, like, I want to protect you, and I'm loving somebody, and it's like, the person I love loves me back, like, all that kind of, all of those are all very positive things for the relationship. So I do think the relationship's positive. However, I also think, and this is where we get a little crazy. So this comment here, and then this other one, which are kind of both about fast love. There's two ideas that come out of this comment, right? It's fast love is about Araragi saving Senjogahara, boom, or maybe a little bit of Araragi also saving Sengoku, right? Because, and it's kind of like, it's similar, but since Araragi was taken, by the end of it, Sengoku couldn't, like, get with Araragi, and then it all spun off into chaos, right? But the whole, like, falling in love, the wound in the past, the future has been rewritten, forgetting the pain, and then, like, wanting to protect, all that kind of stuff. Like, all that lines up really well, minus the whole protection thing with Sengoku, blah, 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 blah. I like both of those a lot. I think it's Araragi Senjogahara, but it is fun that it could also apply. However, what if it's like a Kaiki Senjogahara thing still? But the way we spin it, and I do want to do another OP pass, because it's kind of a little weird, and there's a lot of different ideas going on. But the way we spin it is the wound is Gaen dying, the future rewritten is, like, reconnecting with Senjogahara, not necessarily in a romantic way, but just forming a human relationship again, because I do feel like Kaiki is really lonely, or at least not necessarily lonely, but is alone, right? And so coming out of the Gaen thing, like he's a very lone wolf. It like shout out beginning of Kizu Araragi, who's just lone wolfing it. Like relationships make you weak. I don't think Kaiki has that mentality necessarily, but I don't think he has that many like close connections with people. No, maybe I'm guessing. I don't know. Like, cause now I'm thinking of Kombaru and Hana. But that was like, that was just beginning to blossom at all. Like that was the first time there was anything there, and there was like like Kombaru was like, bro, Kaiki, you literally are a problem. I was told you're a problem, and all that. So not really, but like let's go with the idea that it's the wound is gone. The future rewritten is Kaiki opening back up to human relationships, in the way that like, man, like think about it. He puts on the clothes, like Senjugahara put on the funny glasses and then he puts on the funny clothes and he sits down and then he like smiles and is like, oh, I got her, because like her laughing. Like, when's the last time he got to do that, right? Like have a genuine, just positive human interaction with somebody. And then he even does something kind of out of character and rationalizes his way into helping Senjugahara despite it not paying the amount that he thinks he should be paid for, or like how much he would normally get paid for it. So I think he is having in some way a future rewritten, plus the haircut, right? Haircut, big change. He gets a haircut after taking a job that's a little bit out of the character that he's trying to portray for Senjugahara's sake after forming positive human relationship. So it's like he's getting, that's like some sort of adjustment forward, which then helps him, like now he's looking back on the pain, like the forgetting the pain kind of stuff. I mean, he's thinking back about Gaen in last episode we saw the flashing bit, but I don't know, like, is it... Because I don't think he's trying to romanticize, or romantical. I don't think he's trying to romance Senjugahara. Right? Like, I'm not really getting that feeling. I more so think that it's, like, a way for him to connect with another person in, like, heal, question mark. Or perhaps live, like, have his dead relationship, be able to kind of live that vicariously through Araragi and Senjugahara. Though, I don't know, I'm a little spicy on that one. That's a pretty spicy thing to put out. But it's an idea. And then he wants to protect Senjugahara, right? He wants to protect Kombaru. That's the way he rationalized it. So that fits with some of the protection stuff. Like the person I want to protect and that kind of stuff. So I do think there is ways we can fit Kaiki into it, which is interesting. But I do think its original purpose that then the other things fit into is the Araragi Senjugahara one. Boom. And then there's a little bit of whoa, I just got so much brain fog, that was crazy. Okay, lock in. The I was getting caught on the end of Oni where Araragi's talking about how everybody leaves him. There was another comment that like really broke it down for me. Was it in here? Was it in here? I don't know. It's all blurring together. What's happening? No. Listen. Come on, lock in with me. The timeline. The time. Right here. Otori takes place in the 4-month gap between the main story and epilogue of Oni. Koi, which is what we're watching, happens after both of those. So the epilogue of Oni, where he's talking about how everybody leaves him, is before Koi. Now, that doesn't, like, because a lot of the context, I think, for the comment is coming from me hypothesizing that the relationship between Araragi and Senjugahara was weakening, and that's something that could have happened before Koi, because that would have been a cause that would cause Senjugahara to go to Kaiki, right? However, I'm shelving that idea. But it is good to kind of lock in, because then that kind of tells us that he at least has both Hachikuji, who he's probably still dealing with, and he was telling freaking Oogie Woogie about, and then Sengoku as well with the whole Otori thing that's hanging over him. So like I wasn't really thinking Sengoku as somebody that had left him. And so when he said everybody's leaving me, I kind of was like, okay, who's the second a little bit? But no, yeah, definitely Sengoku, and that's why I was kind of trying to use that as evidence for Senjugahara. But no. Definitely put in Sengoku instead. Sengoku Hachikuji, the man's, it's crazy. I mean, I gotta rewatch Kizu, man. Just for his beginning stuff of, like, relationships make you weaker, blah, 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 blah. Because, like, he really is he cares so much, right? And it really beats him down. So, like, it's kind of, I don't know, maybe to some degree it's true, but We'll see. Weaker and stronger. It gives you something to fight for. I don't know. Write your own freaking theme. Okay. The freaking "what in the hell is that boy doing" line is really funny. I did enjoy that line from Kaiki when she's like when Sengoku's talking about being stripped down. It's just like it's really just like Kaiki being like I've met this kid. What is he doing behind the scenes? You know, like not even just the desensitization part, but more so just like a character hearing about what another character's done, and it's just like what are you up to? Like what are you even doing? And it's just it's good stuff. Good stuff. True. I like this. And the first time she wanted to protect someone, this arc literally started trying to save Adoraki's ass from getting murdered, yo. No, yeah, I think this is true. I think we could also fit in some other things, which is fun. But yeah, closet stuff. Glad that we are putting out bangers. Hopefully we can just keep that train a chewing. Choo. Judging on the OP, Kaiki's a snake, not a rat. That suits him more. He do be kind of a snake. I just wanted to make the snake and the rat like you know, because it's weird to call him a snake because Sengoku's already snaking it up. But no, yeah, he's definitely fits into the snake theme pretty well. Nadeko, best girl, would kill my loved one with her anytime. Healthy and good. I can fix her. A lot of good stuff in here about Kaiki saying that he's lying to us. What if that's actually on everything he's telling us is 100% the truth? You know what? I don't even want to deal with that. Kind of for this reason of like if we like, I'm not trying to like go too hard into the like micro what if he's lying to us about everything thing. It's a good thing I think to kind of overshadow the arc and overshadow the watch, right? Of being like a little skeptical, and because that's the way he wants us to be, right? He's even said as much like he does value skepticism. Which I think is good. I like being skeptical of things. And so like it's like Kaiki's giving us a lesson in it. He's saying you shouldn't trust what I'm saying. Think for yourself. I'm just going to give you not even necessarily my perspective, but just a perspective on what could have happened, you know, figure it out, which is very monogatari, right? But then specifically by warning us, it's very Kaiki. But yeah, I do think we should be careful not to miss the forest for the trees and actually hear what's being said as opposed to getting caught in details and trying to decipher it. But, you know, like, take the theme as is. About not falling for Kaiki and believing he's a good guy and gushing about him, I don't think he's necessarily a good... Like, I kind of trust the guy. Good guy... Like, I trust him, I think, in the way that he's balancing. Because, I don't know. There's some good stuff in here about, like, he's done bad stuff that kind of doesn't even look like it was helpful at all. Like, he really did hoe Senjugahara, and that's something that I haven't thought about enough, right? Of how he cons her, doesn't help her, and then is gone, and just made her lose money, and her relationship with Araragi is, like, how she's repairing out of that in a lot of ways, both with the crab and, like, trust issues, I think was said somewhere in here. And then the same thing with Tsukihi, like he sells it for money. I feel like what kind of happened with Kaiki, and this is kind of me guesstimating, speculating a bit, is what happened with Gaen really rattled him. Like that really knocked him down and put him into a similar headspace to Araragi at the beginning of Kizu, of just like this human connection that I was with really hurt me because of how it resolved. And so I just can't I'm going to just make money, do my thing, I'm going to do my grind set, and I'm going to stop dealing with all of this as much. But he's kind of, I think, opening up a little bit again. But it's hard to say. Because the thing is, I really like his like way of approaching everything. I think it's like not only interesting as like an audience member, but like in world, I think it can be really effective. In like dealing with oddities, but his actual actions taken have looked pretty bad, and it's really hard to try to like find like a noble act beneath them, of like, because yeah, like was it actually that bad? Yeah, kinda. Like true, you know. I don't think he's super like 7 steps ahead, giga braining where everything's gonna land with these things. He's just kind of like conning people and doing his thing. And sometimes doing it in a way and giving information in a way to like help with oddity behavior, odd diseases, one might say, if we want to shout out that one line. But a lot of time it's not like he's even doing that, you know. Because I'm especially thinking like him doing all the curses, you know. But yeah, so I wouldn't say he's a good guy. I like gushing about him because of how interesting he is and like how much he adds to the story and the cast. But perhaps I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't trust him as much as I have been. But at the same time, the arc, like, I still want to hear what he's saying because I think there is some really good ideas. I think he spits bars. It's just his actions are perhaps a little spooky, a little spooky. But then trying to too much like catch him and be like, haha, you're lying. I've parsed through 17 different episodes of facts and realized what you said is wrong. That I feel like is kind of missing the point of not only this, which is one of the bars he spat of, sometimes bad guys do a good thing just on a whim or for some deeper reason, and sometimes good guys do something bad even if it's not intended to be a bad thing. That's just incredibly true, right? And like he really operates in that gray area, but like trying to like catch him on that only misses that point, and then I feel like also misses kind of almost the point of the skepticism a little bit, where like the skepticism's point isn't to have a you know, like a dopamine hit when you catch a lie. It's more so like the lies are there to like give you a way to operate with the world, because the world is full of gray, the world is full of lies, and so when operating with Kaiki, it's like he's giving us a practice run with a lot of that, with that like kind of way that he thinks the world should be interacted with. But man, it's just hard to not color all of Kaiki in the Gaen relationship. Which, what, like, we know some chunks of, but I feel like there's so much more that we could know about that. I'm just thinking back to, while I know love, I don't know losing it. So that's like he's still in love, right? Like post-mortem, and that kind of puts him on the same length as Sengoku. Like Sengoku wants that, and that's kind of where he is. So maybe this is a chance for him to heal, not only vicariously through Senjougahara and Araragi, but also, I mean, dude, it's literally called Koimonogatari Love Story. That's the translation of it. So it's the love story of him and Gaen, the love story of Nadeko and Araragi, and the love story of Senjougahara and Araragi, and a little bit of a love story with Kaiki and Senjougahara, but I think that's more of a human relationship connection thing as opposed to an actual love story. That's crazy. Dang, I like that idea. I like that. Okay. This is true. I liked this analogy as well. Blum 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 blum. If anything, that Araragi and Senjougahara both thinking they're going to die in a few months will probably make them closer. It's a lot of pressure. I mean, I don't even know how they would respond, but I mean, as far as we can tell, we're not really getting super hard on their perspective. We're just getting little glimpses of it. As far as we can tell, it looks like it's them doing fine. Yup. True. And then this is I kind of mentioned this a little bit, and I feel like I've already kind of addressed this, which a lot of the stuff I was yapping about came from some of this as well. Why would Senjougahara work with Araragi? He can't do anything to Sengoku. It's reasonable if Senjougahara wants to work with Kaiki. I think this is true as well. And I mean, she wanted to go to Oshino first, but then couldn't find him, right? And so Kaiki's like the fallback. It's just, the thing specifically is, it's funny because she hasn't told Araragi, but she has a good reason for not telling Araragi, in that Araragi would never want to work with Kaiki. Because he's kind of uncompromising when it comes to the whole justice thing, which I think is part of why he feels so shackled to it, because of how uncompromising he is, because of how much he idealizes it, because of its justice with a big J, capital J justice, not lowercase j justice, okay? Araragi, definitely a capital J justice kind of guy. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's just, it's so tempting to try to fit that into a, like a deeper motive Senjougahara thing, as opposed to just following the logic she gives us. But the logic seems pretty sound, and so I'll trust her on that one right now. Oh yeah, and Oshino left him. Oh yeah, and Hanakawa left to go look for Oshino and like do her thing and travel. That's a good point. I didn't even think about oh my goodness, the list is crazy. Hachiguchi dies. Rip. Oshino left at the end of Bake, I think. Around, was it end of Bake? Or is it like Nisei? Bro, it's been so long. Oshino left. Hanakawa left, we heard about just kind of passingly. And then Sengoku is trying to murder him. Wait. There you go. Four. Also, why do you think Kaiki gave her fake money? There's something Kaiki never do before, but Nadoko might be suspicious because Kaiki is a scammer. The reason I thought Kaiki gave her fake money is because the currency had fake written on it, but apparently, that also was the case back in Nisei Monogatari, that the money had fake written on it. So I was kind of, because at the time I was thinking like, dude, the money literally is a misprint. He's giving her fake money because it says fake bank on it. But no, it's just, that's how they've always done the money in this show. That's just like a motif that I haven't noticed before. But yeah, like if I didn't read this, then I would think that he gave her fake money because it literally says fake. But if it's always said fake, then I trust him. Cause like, yeah, why would he like scamming someone with money specifically? Like kind of like fake giving money, like. Because Kaiki talks about money. It feels like a man's got to respect money and getting money, but I don't know how he... Like, I feel like he's fine with getting paid for a con, but literally just giving somebody duplicated money that's illegal, whatever that's called, I'm forgetting the word. Giving somebody that money, I feel like is not as, like, gray area con as he's into, and that's more of just, like, a black, like, area, like, you shouldn't do that kind of thing. But yeah. All ED have nothing to do with any character perspective. It's only the openings. ED usually talks about the main story of the arc. That's interesting. It's an interesting idea. I'd have to watch all the EDs to see how much I agree with this. For this ED, I would probably... I think that's a comfortable thing to agree with. Dang. Everybody's leaving Araragi. I love... Oh! I remembered. Look. So I went to an anime convention, right? And I've, like, at an anime convention, I've seen a Hachikuji before, which was really fun. I was too scared to go ask her for a photo, but I was like, Hachikuji! I was really excited. Because, man, I was, like, getting that, like, Hachikuji... I'm not going to say that. Yeah, okay. Whoa, careful. But look. It's an Araragi pin. Araragi. It's the first Araragi... Like, it's the first Monogatari, merch that I ever saw at their artist hall. At any expos, or like a convention's little hall, and it was for Monogatari. And look, Araragi! So now I have an Araragi pin. It's on my desk. Yes, it's very pogged. So yeah, continue. I just love... They had one for, I think they had a Senjugahara one too, but I had to go with Araragi. Araragi, my main man. I'm liking Araragi a lot more. The more this goes on and on and on, the more I'm becoming attached. Because like previously, I think on the first tier list, I was saying like, I don't care for Araragi that much. He's just the main character, and there's some interesting stuff. Honestly, Araragi's moving up. I like Araragi a lot. I'm getting more and more interested in who Araragi is the more we go. Rest in peace, Higasa. I forgot Higasa's name for real. True. OPS snakes, not worms. True, because it's the Sengoku. Senjugahara getting rubbed. What? I don't say that. That's myth. Are kind of getting like that rubbed off on her at all, where she's like Senjugahara kind of getting that rubbed off on her at all. Wait, what am I saying here? If not, but yeah, like he I don't want to hear myself talk. All right, GG. Doraemon reference. I usually miss the Doraemon references because I haven't seen that. And then the fake money. And then this is kind of about the Araragi or the Kaiki thing. These tend to be the people blah 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 hate Araragi blah blah blah. A couple people disagreed with this. Some of the stuff here. I do think though that like, we need to be careful. We need to be carefully skeptical. Kaiki wants us to be skeptical. I'm happy to be skeptical. So I'm going to be skeptical. I'm going to put on my skepticals, right? I'm going to put on my skepticals, for the arc. And yeah. Also, this is an interesting idea of Senjugahara like teasing Kaiki when it came to saying that she was at the party, like Christmas or the New Year's dinner thing with Araragi, because I think that's what's being referred to here. So this thing of these get progressively more overt and get increasingly under Kaiki's skin. Under Kaiki's skin is interesting to me. I'm not sure. What Kaiki thinks of it all. What Kaiki thinks of Araragi and Senjugahara. Like, that's a really good question. Like, is the idea that them two are together something that's irritating him? Or is that something that, like, that he would like get some sort of vicarious like, oh, good for them kind of thing from, or would he just be neutral and not care? Yeah, I don't know. I'm really on the fence with the way to spin it from Kaiki's perspective. But yeah. And don't worry, I'm always skeptical with all the comments. Listen, y'all are smart. Y'all are smart, and y'all have seen the show, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of reactions, a lot of y'all. So like, I know y'all know what you're talking about, but it's so easy to just give the right answer all the time. And I don't like doing that. I like being wrong sometimes because that means you're doing weird stuff and taking it weird ways, and I think that's a lot more interesting than just the good ending. It's like well, we're about to go into the OP. Let me get the OP queued up while I'm talking about this. Blah 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 blah. It's like a choice game, bro. It's like one of those like Detroit Become Human, like Until Dawn, like any of those like choice games. Everybody's seen the good ending, okay? Everyone's seen the true ending where everyone survives or everyone pops off and everyone's happy. Everyone's seen that. But what about, like if you're watching a playthrough of the game, a lot of people are always like, oh, you missed the true ending. Oh, you should do this to get the true ending. What about the bad endings? You haven't seen that material before. Don't you want to see the bad ending? Come with me, okay? I'll give you the bad ending. Okay. You heard about a happy ending? I'm going to give you the unhappy ending. Whoa. Okay, let's watch the OP with the, Araragi Senjugahara context in mind, coming from a Kaiki perspective. Maybe a bit of Kaiki Gaen, maybe a bit of Sengoku Araragi. See if it sparks any thoughts. And then we're going to do a little bit of scroll through, and then we're going to watch the episode. Yeah. Bro, I love looking at the clock and seeing how late it is. I need to go to bed. No, I need to watch Araragi. I mean, and by Araragi, I mean I need to watch Monogatari. Okay, let's get going. Oh, yeah, this was a point. I'm gonna just interrupt. And I wrote this on here. Let me just grab this. Just so if you were trying to get a good look at it, there we go. That's what I wrote. Just a little bit of stuff. I found this interesting right here in the video. Where right before the OP, it's Senjugahara asking Kaiki, "Can you lend me money so I can buy my flight home?" Which is kind of a funny thing because it's like, bro, you think Kaiki's gonna lend you money? Like he'll only lend you money if there's a heavy interest on it, right? However, we don't actually see his response to it. Low-key, he probably just not gave it to her, but was way more lenient with it than he wants the audience to know. Because he doesn't show us that he chooses to cut to the OP instead. So I feel like he could have, like, whatever he actually did, with the money, like it's like a lie by omission. Whatever he actually did with lending her money was pretty acceptable and was like not at all conning her. Because he's feeling kind of, I don't know, he's wants to help Compadu, wants to help her, and so, but he didn't want to disrupt his con man facade because this is like a perfect chance to get some cash, get some dough. So he instead just cuts to OP and lies by omission. Clause that I underlined. Kaiki said he's going to come back before Sengoku's a cat cradle master. And then the idea that Kaiki's telling us a love story between Araragi and Senjugahara. Also, I got a bunch of new markers. Colorful. So I did a little pink. I'm going to make an art masterpiece one of these days. And then I'm going to erase it. It's going to be here for one episode. Can this go up? Oh, no. Go up. Oh, no. Good. I've gotten it. Why is life so hard? Okay. I had to move it back, by the way, because if it falls, it hit my freaking cord and turns off my computer. So I had to adjust that. Okay, enough yapping about me. Let's get into this episode, or in the OP. So we're doing an OP pass, mostly lyrics, so that we can look Araragi, Senjugahara, Fast Love, lock in on that idea. Among the other things I already said just a minute ago before all that. Okay. Yesterday is already long gone. Dude, Kaiki and Gaen just sounds so interesting to spin it that way. And that sounds so interesting to me. The moment I met you, My fate was rewritten from scratch. I mean, that really is true for Araragi and Senjugahara. This OP is so fire. Give my entire self. I've wanted to protect someone else, right? Yeah. Man, because like it does fit so well with Senjugahara and Araragi of like, like the past still dealing with that still hurts, but like I want to protect you, and that's like my reason to keep living. But like for Kaiki, it being like the wound from my past has made things trivial. Yesterday's long gone. The days I was happy with you are gone. Everything is bound to become trivial eventually. That's like such a almost like a doomer mindset of like, it's all going to become trivial. It's all going to fall apart. Like, it's GG. And Kaiki kind of feels like someone that's kind of doomered a little bit of just, like, he's settled into the grind set as a way to be like, well, this was the end. This is the end all. This is just what happens to people. Like, you get hurt, you go to the grind set. It is what it is. But Senjo, like, is the person he wants to protect, but not even as a romantical thing. But like the way how extreme it's written, especially with the protection stuff, really is a Senjugahara Araragi thing because she's obviously protecting him, protecting Araragi from the whole Sengoku thing. Sengoku, why are you sitting like that? I know that's not comfortable. Okay, hang your legs over the edge of the box like a normal person, like you just did a minute. Yeah, right here. This, keep it like this. Stop flashing Kaiki. Okay. But yeah. I like that idea. Okay. Was there more I wanted to yap about in here? Man, I'm going to drink my Capri Sun during the OP, I think. When we watch the OP in the next episode. Oh, I'm about to slurp on that. On that Capri Sun. No clipping. Right. This point of Senjo letting it slip that Araragi, that she's at Araragi's house. One of the things that makes me slightly apprehensive on it, though it could be a Kaiki diff, is that Kaiki asks, like, why is it so rowdy? Like, I can hear what's that stuff in the background? Where are you this early in the year? So he explicitly asks her where she's at, and then she says Araragi's house. So, like, I don't know if that's Senjugahara teasing Kaiki, but, like, that doesn't mean it won't necessarily, or that doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't get under Kaiki's skin. I'm not going to say that that's even true. It's an interesting idea. But I'm not sure if there's an intent on Senjugahara to, like, jab at Kaiki in that way, especially because she knows Kaiki's kind of going out on a limb to even, like, help her because of how much he had to rationalize, and she even kind of was shocked about how, like, out of character it was for Kaiki to help her, by the end of the conversation. So I don't know if she would really be trying to, like, jab at him in that way, but yeah. Man, he looking kind of clean in this shot, is he not? Man, I'm thinking of getting a haircut soon. I'm gonna just take a picture of Kaiki and say, give me the Kaiki. Give me the Kaiki cut. Should I get the Kaiki cut? Okay, Sengoku. There was a line with Sengoku here that I think I kind of disagreed with completely, that Kaiki said. She seemed like a fake. This is true. Where was it? Where is it, you little rat? Right here. Maybe a little bit before. She seemed like she was forced to be pretty. There was another line. Forced to be pretty. I mean, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Man, such a crazy cut to the cat. Hanakawa. I don't even want to try to connect those dots right now. My brain is not big enough to make that connection off the top. We'll deal with it later. Here it is. The room was one where immaturity and cuteness were being forced against her will. Kaiki, I would say is wrong. And I think it comes from not Kaiki lying to us, but Kaiki just getting the wrong read. Or it could be, I think it's him getting the wrong read. The reason I say it's wrong is because immaturity and cuteness weren't forced against her will as much as it was, like, forced against her will kind of sounds, the implication, and I would say the connotation of that is outside force is pushing immaturity and cuteness onto her. Instead of that, though, for Sengoku, it was an internal battle where she was using it as like a defense mechanism that she hated, right? So it was that entire internal conflict. So forced against her will, like even saying her will, like is implying like one central will that is being attacked. But for Sengoku, it was like a split will where she had two different things she wanted to will, and they were contrasting. So I feel like Kaiki, and that's because Kaiki is literally just looking at her room. He's getting a lot right, but I think this is an example of him getting something slightly wrong. Of which he gets a lot more awareness like as he goes, especially the Bang stuff. Bro, can I just watch Kaiki react to anime? Kaiki can take my spot. Yeah. But then of course he like actually talks to Sengoku, and I feel like he's really like deciphering her headspace at this point. And her like liking to be called creepy, that's crazy to me. Bro, in before Sengoku falls in love with Kaiki, and it's a love story between Sengoku and Kaiki, and so she no longer wants to kill Araragi, her one true love, because Kaiki has tapped into his connections to Araragi as a character and like the things that make him similar to Araragi, and then boom bang replaces him, and then Kaiki gets killed by Sengoku. No shot. Kaiki's gonna live, right? They're not gonna ever kill Kaiki. Kaiki's too pog to be killed. I'm scared. After they started, they're really getting rid of characters the more I think about it, which is horrifying. Like when we counted it up with, 4 a minute ago, that kind of was like, huh, they really do get rid of a lot of characters. And with Hachikuji, like they're killing them. Huh. That's got me worried. Out of nowhere. Was there anything else I was really trying to say here? I kind of feel like not really. The money thing, I do think it's real money. It just is funny that it says fake bank on it, but apparently I was like that in Nisei, so I won't push it. There is that one line that is one flashing bit somewhere in this big chunk here. I'm not going to try to find it again, and there was a part of it in that comment, so I'm feeling okay about it. But yeah. What is your move next, Kaiki? I don't even know what your next move is. I mean, it's just to come up with the con and then start dealing with the con. I just don't know what his con's going to be. I mean, there's a couple different ways, Let me pull up the next episode as we're yapping. Was there anything in the post-credit? No, it wasn't. Of like Kaiki conning Sengoku into believing that Araragi's already dead. Kaiki like somehow conning her into killing the wrong people, but it being like fake people or something. I'm just saying that specifically with like because of how weird Senjugahara looked at the end of Otori when Sengoku was giving us the episode preview. But though that's really pushing it. That's a really big leap there. But what else could it be? It could be conning Sengoku into not wanting to kill Araragi anymore, conning Sengoku into breaking her godness by disrupting her own delusions, which are kind of self-cons in a way, so it's kind of a fun like con v con there, delusion v delusion. So it could be Kaiki untangling that, it could be Kaiki making Sengoku still as a snake god fall out of love with Araragi, perhaps with himself as a replacement. Don't feel great about that. Don't feel great about a lot of those. I really like the idea that he would con her into breaking her own delusion and like collapsing the oddity from within, especially because so few like people aren't worshiping, like a few people have met Sengoku at the shrine, but they've all ran away. Like I don't think there's a super strong like oddity belief that's surrounding her, so I feel like if he were to shake her foundation, like she would maybe be able to crumple. He just would need to be able to do it from the inside. But yeah, let's just jump into Koimonogatari episode 3. Oh, look, there's my knee. Oh, there's my knee again. I'm trying to relax, man. I'm trying to get comfy up in here. I'm trying to get snozy up in here. Okay, episode 3 of Koimonogatari should be very, very exciting. I do have my Capri-Sun, as I've said. I'm going to drink it during the OP, as I've said. But until then... Wait, no. That was like that was my ED. Until then, until next time. No. This is episode 3. Let's get going in a 3, a 2, a 1. Bang! Alright, Kaiki. Where are we going? What is he doing? No, why is he calling her late at night? Is he feeling lonely? No, wait, what's happening? I'm your dog. She got that dog in her. Dang. Okay, she's starting to really tease him, actually. That was like her. That reminded me of her teasing Araragi back in Bake. Okay, Capri Sun time, baby. He shut it down though. He kaiki'd it. Bro, I got the fruit punch flavor. I'll pay attention. I'll pay attention. Let me just sip. It is funny. The crab shows up on the beach, and that's when she sees Kaiki, because he's like the saving, you know? Like, that's when he showed up. Then she starts to unravel. Oh, that's like her getting killed by the snakes. That's like her getting killed by Sagoku. The possible future. Yeah. Like her turning into the snakes, right? Because there's also the snake like coiling around the crab, which is like good analogy for that all. But that's pretty obvious, right? Oh, I just love trying to connect it to Kaiki. I know it's Araragi Senjo. It works so well, but like Kaiki's little mug is just right there and it's got me thinking, you know? Man, I just need to sit... I need to go through every piece of information we've got about Gaen. That's where I'm struggling. Oh, you're cute. That's cute. I like that. Kaiki, that's less cute. Not a good pose. Why do you look like that? Bro, I liked his hair. I liked his past hair. Facts. Smart! Don't give him nothing to work with. That was such a cute little smirk. Wait, I love this outfit. Of course. He's gonna... Bro, in his suit pocket, he's literally tiling a reservation right now. Mr. Donut! Oh, Senjo took him to the Mr. Donut? Clutch, Mr. Donut. Get yourself a coffee. Get yourself a black coffee like last time. Oh, pay me back the flight fare. We did mention it. We did mention it. Oh, so he is holding it to her. Okay, okay. It was a fun idea, but he's actually talked about it now. Bro, she is so cute in that outfit. I love winter clothes. I love winter clothes. Whoa, you want her to take off the clothes? Sorry, I'll calm down. Lock in. Good question. We already know the answer, but good question. He probably would be. Because it's Kaiki, yeah. You made a lie you didn't have to, or rather you made one you made with malice. Bro, I just want to watch... I should have watched I should have watched Monogatari in just random order. Could you imagine watching this before and getting that flashing bit and just having no idea what's going on? That'd be so crazy. Kaiki in a weird mood right now. I feel like. It is pretty crazy. He's good at his job. He's so good that he's a fake. That's the Kaiki 101. Trust is an interesting word. He relates. He relates to her. Nah, she don't look cute. Bro, I love this show. I love this show. Bet. I like that, Kaiki. I like that. He can come in and he can make any personality. Yeah, because it needs to be someone that she's not already connected with. And doesn't have that emotional instant. What? Eight. Because of her cuteness, true. Bro, is she gonna fall for Kaiki at all? That would be so crazy. In a traffic accident, good, interesting choice. That Gaen on the mind. Gaen on the mind. This wasn't Gaen in a traffic accident. What if he's getting conned though? I don't know. Because she was so split in Otori. So like, is it like a good shot right there? She's a sheltered princess. I mean, yes, but like, I don't know. I'm worried. Kambadu's house? Thinking about the risks of if I fail. Right, he's got the pressure because he's thinking about it. Whoa, crazy shot here. Okay. Further regressed into immaturity. Reincarnated. I don't know. This could be true. Not even that Kaiki's lying to me, but I'm worried that Kaiki's getting tricked at all. Just because of how split she was back in Otori, you know? Yeah, okay, Kaiki. What is that? What do you mean by that? That had a little bit of spite to it. That had a little bit of spice to it. She yoinked the donut he was going for. Oh, because he bought that. Oh, she was stealing. That's good. No, that's true. Stealing is ethically good. Have Araragi give up on her? True. Exactly. Good line. Good line, Senjo Gahara. Oh, he would hate that. He hated doing that with Hachikuji. He hated doing that. Were you crying? Are you okay? Aww. She finally... Okay, because he's really accepting it. He said, I've got a plan and I'm going to make it happen. Dang. That's really sweet. I love Senjugahara. I feel like we have not gotten enough Senjugahara. Oh, and he sees it as being a fool. Oh, you hardened heart. Oh, bro, he's pissed. He's like getting so he's having to study how to. He's writing down a mem. Okay, dude, he had to study a cat's cradle. That's so funny. Oh, yo, what is up? Ononoki, out of nowhere. Out of got a new trick. Ononoki, get that down. Stop peace signing. Perhaps she got close to Araragi. She did. Yeah, where's Kage Nui? So true. You little rat. I'm a... Sorry, I keep hitting the... I keep hitting you. But why? Relax coffee. On an errand from Gaen. Or, I mean, well... am I mixing names up? Let me just pull out. I'm getting confused with names, which I was not expecting to get confused with. That's how my character is lately. Good line. Good line, Kaiki. Bro. He admits being similar to Araragi twice like that. Well, once before, and then he agrees when she says it. That's crazy. No, because Kamperu is the Gaen child. Yeah, Gaen, living Gaen and dead Gaen, right? That's where I'm getting confused. But I think it's just, there's two of them. They're not the same person, obviously. I just want to make sure I'm not getting the Kaiki dead lover wrong. 3,000,000 yen? He sits there for 30 minutes? Oh my goodness. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to do that. Ononoki agrees. Oh, wow, yeah. As a spoiler? I believe this. I believe this. I trust Gaen decently. Yeah? Wait, what's your plan? What was she? Oh, Shino? Oh. Oh, she wanted Shinobu to be a god. Right? Why would you want... Due to some mistake, for some reason someone interfered and the job... What is happening? I guess knowing everything ain't enough. Don't you dare. Thank you. How does that help with balance, having her become a god like that? Wow! Right. Oh, it feels good, doesn't it? Reconnecting with people, Kaiki. Doesn't it? You're having to weigh, Thank you. I knew that's what we like to hear. You play both sides. Oh, Kaiki, you little devil. Oh, Kaiki, that's... He gets the 3 million and he gets to continue. Oh, that's so funny. God, man. What a Kaiki move. Teteko, calm down. Oh, this music is so good. Bro, I want to go on a walk in a park with this music. The 100 Times Worship? Oh, she did that. Never heard of it? No, no, you did. You did. Good, 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 good. Prosper money. Okay. Mm. What is blowing? Bro, I'd much rather Kiss Shot be a god again. Dude, you broke it. What is it? What is it? Oh, a little snake. Aw, that's so cute. Oh, you don't like that? Oh, she's insane. Oh, she crazy. Oh, she crazy with it. No, you would be both, Kaiki. You would be both. I mean, Gaon knows everything, right? Episode been missing for a long time, too. Episode been missing for a long time, too. That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. Wait, junior high kid who has a grudge against me. Random guy talking. The guy driving. Oh, nice. Yeah, throw off your pattern. Smart, smart, smart. Oh, wait. Then why are you doing it? Or are you lying to me? What? Oh, go back to her house. Fair. No, fair. And then you're gonna break into the house? Closet time? Closet time? Junior, the high? Were they talking about? Was he talking about episode? Or he's talking about like not Kagenui, right? Kagenui's too old. Sound like episode to me. Closet time. I'll kick it down. We all knew it was gonna be locked. Ooh, good move. Clothes. Don't cut away. Don't end. Don't end. Don't end. You little brat. Post credit? No, no hope. No hope. He literally just. He's jerking my chain, man. He's jerking my chain. I'd expect nothing less. I'd expect nothing less. I want to pay attention to the ED here. Can't believe I gotta wait for the closet another episode. That's mean, Kaiki. You did not have to do me like that, man. You drop in a full spot on the tier list just because of that. Oh yeah, this line is so good. This miracle when I became the most loved person, like of my most loved person. Of the person I most love? No, of my most loved person. Yeah. I mean, Kaiki kind of feeling that way, right? I pushed myself to the limit. I feel like he really pushing it. He pushing it a bit. Like he's kind of like bra momenting. Senjugahara too, honestly. Senjugahara's really been stressing about this. Alright, Karen, Tsukihi, tell me about it. Campfire Sisters. Yay! Oh, yeah. True. And chess bots are nuts. Oh, wow. Interesting. What about computer connected to a robot, though? That does the movement for you? Lore, the lore. Why is Araragi getting vored by a snake? Okay. Let's hit a couple things here. So, there was a flashing bit in here that I missed and wanted to see. There was a couple things here that your boy's brain was slowing down on. Not even gonna pretend. Not even gonna front. Even if it weren't me. So this is... She's an airhead. And she's insane. I mean, I agree with both of these statements. I'm not saying her grades in school are bad. Or, well, of course, those are bad, too. Okay, so that was nothing. Cool. Thanks for that. And then this other one right here, when she goes to the bathroom. Bathroom. Kaiki. She took her bag with her good attitude. Oh, and that's what he was then talking about. She does manage to impress me. Aw, he admits that he's impressed. And then the later one. This was actually so touching. Oh, Senjo, it's okay. Kaiki's gonna fix it. Kaiki's gonna deal with it. Look at her showing vulnerability. We love to see it. And this, I think, was like such a clutch thing, too, because this is largely, I think, what motivated Kaiki to stick with the job, despite Gaen being like, no. Okay, so, Ononoki. You're great for exposition, by the way. Appreciate you for that. The original plans didn't have the human named Sengoku Naitako becoming a god. It was to have Shinjo Gahara. Shinobu. No, wait, what was she? She was having trouble recollecting her name. Kishada Acerola Orion, Heart Underblade. Into a god, yeah. So did Araragi ruin it? Well, okay. So Episode is her henchman, right? Episode is the henchman that she was talking about, I'm almost sure. Because we saw Gaen and Episode hanging out that one time, like 17 arcs ago. So Episode's the henchman. If she was supposed to become a god, then why was she getting attacked by Episode and Kizu? Was she supposed to be... Was the idea not to kill her? And that was just from Araragi's perspective, and that's why he was playing it up that much, because he was narrating that, and he thought that it was to kill her, and that's what had happened, is she got cut apart. But, like, was Episode the henchman back then, too? And even... Oh, man, what we need to do is look at that one scene in that one episode with Episode in end of Tsubasa Tiger. We need to look at episode 3 of Tsubasa Tiger to remember that. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. Can I write that down? Not enough notes. I'm going to literally tear through some of my old boxes and see if I can find my old Monogatari notes. Those were so clutch. I gotta take them on my phone like a little goof. Okay. Episode in Tsubasa Tiger. Bet. Not Sus Tiger. Tsubasa Tiger. Okay. Little reminder for later. A sneaky tool to help us later. How's it go? Okay. The thing that I was in the middle here that I was getting confused on is I started getting gaslit by myself into the whole what had happened with Kaiki history stuff. It was because it was told to us in Hana. Hana. I'm literally gonna write down Hana too. I don't know if I want to go look at it right now, but it's literally because that's it'll take me a minute to find it, right? So I'd rather do that off camera so I don't have to cut and that you aren't just in there waiting for me. Gaen was connected to Kombaru, right? Which is why he cares about Kombaru. That's why he's got that connection there, because he's still held up on the Gaen, and he hasn't fallen out of love with Gaen, right? Shout out episode 2 that we watched last time when he said something like that of not having lost love. So, and I think that's also what's getting him part of why he's I think he was Senjo Gahara, so many names. Senjo Gahara was saying that he was kind of on Sengoku's side more than she thought he should be. But I think it's because he's connecting with Sengoku to some degree, but also is aware, oh, she's crazy. Oh, she's insane. The most probable theory, of course, one of Gaen's senpai's henchmen. Who do you specifically mention here? You little Kaiki. The next most probable theory is... the next most probable theory. Okay. I thought that was a continuation of Gaen's henchman. Good. Glad we clarified. So, number 1, Gaen's henchman episode, I'm willing to bet. It's crazy. I was literally we haven't seen episode in a while. And then he literally drops who I think he's talking about episode. So, that's funny. The next most probable theory is perhaps a junior high kid who has a grudge against me, Araragi. Okay. But yeah, I think it's episode that was following him. Especially because Gaen knows everything and then he just betrayed Gaen by going to the place. Gaen, I think she knows everything of the current moment, but doesn't know everything in the future. She still, necessarily. Or because I don't think she knew that he was going to betray her, but then as soon as he betrayed her, she knew. And then sent the henchmen to stalk him, which was episode. That's what I'm thinking. Though I'm trying to remember, the whole plan to turn Kiss Shot into God is just crazy to me, because last time we saw who I think is Gaen's henchman, it was episode trying to kill her and cutting her apart. So was that somehow a weakening of her oddity part, and then she would be transmorgified, and so the option wasn't even to kill her but to just weaken her and then transformer, but then she got away, and then Araragi entered the picture. Ononoki, I'll go back to what you were saying. Gaen seems to understand me. It doesn't understand me that much. Where is the freaking part you were yapping about? You little yapper, you. Someone like you should not meddle with that town. And this is some of the stuff I was talking about. I trust Gaen to be a balancer, okay? Like, I understand her personality is grating, but, like, she wants to stabilize the town. It's just we don't know if the way she's doing it... Like, I don't think she's malicious. I just think she has a way she wants it, and I don't know if that's good or not. But I don't think she's malicious and evil. Was that a doorbell? Am I going insane? I could have sworn I just heard my own doorbell. Bro, it's 3 a.m. 4 a.m. 3:43 a.m. No, it's the sound of this. Oh my goodness, I'm going crazy. Sorry. But yeah, Gaen's all about that balance. All about that balance. And Kaiki could disrupt that if he messes it up. Peace. And her character's been changing because of Araragi. He brings up Araragi. And he's gonna punch her. Good. You insulted me by saying I was like Araragi. The plan. I need to see the plan. Let's just rewatch this. Let's just rewatch this part. Because this is so important. What Gaen's plans are, that's so important. If I'm told to pull out, I'm going to be more gung-ho about finishing it. Oh, yeah. Because Kaiki not one to pull out. Take that however you wish. He sits there for 30 minutes? Sure, okay. He really tempted by that money. Could also be Kage Nui tracking, shadowing him, but I feel like an episode would be more interesting. Oh, she corrects herself. That's funny. This is fair. This is true. Music. She an airhead. She kind of dumb. This is true. But like, and I'll get to that in a second. That I'm worried about Sengoku being smarter than she lets on. I'll get to that. Because what got in the way... She's trying to strain the town out. I get it. She probably sent Oshino to start. Sure. Because she's the upperclassman. Wanted Shinobu Kishot to become god. The old hag. Okay. But then Sengoku became god instead. Which I guess... It's funny because Shinobu went to that shrine so many times, right? And that shrine is where then... But what went wrong? Didn't you say that somebody had entered here? But due to some mistake, for some reason, someone intervened. Araragi. That was Araragi. That was Araragi Kizu. So her being limbless, you know what probably happened? They probably let her get away. They probably let Kishot get away after she kind of did her like suicide attempt thing. They probably let her get away in a way because Gaen was supposed to come in and deal with it. And was supposed to like make something happen while she was cut apart because then Gaen could approach like safely or whatever. But Araragi showed up and Araragi threw it all out of whack. And so instead, she was supposed to be god. Instead, Sengoku became god. Heard. Okay. I need to rewatch Kizu. Bet. Okay. No, I feel better about that. And then 100 times worship. I wonder if he knew that she did the 100 times worship, and that's why he said that specifically as like a little bit of a thing. Okay, let me talk about my Sengoku worry. Sengoku Inotori was notorious, pun intended, for like A, self-deceiving, but then those memories came back. And B, having like another layer of her that was a problem, right? Those are like the two things. Because there was a bunch of information like what freaking Ogi was telling her about that we only got revealed that she had been told way later down the line, but she was like self-deluding into like getting it other ways through the snake, right? through her hallucination. But so that shows that she's able to forget things, but then recall it in her own way that fits the narrative she wants, right? Fits her story, fits her whatever. Which means trying to take advantage of her airheadedness. It's a purposeful. Well, purposeful is a weird way. It's like a subconscious, maybe. I don't know. It's a weird thing already. It's a weird looseness in the head. It's a weird it's a self delusion, but it's one that's like, not something she's like necessarily intentionally. There's a part of her that's intentionally doing it, I guess, subconscious. I don't know. I'm not trying to do identity philosophy with the snake girl, okay? But I'm worried that trying to take advantage of her airheadedness will fall into a trap where the information that she's about to get juked on will show up to her in a weird hallucinating way, or a weird god way, or a weird snake way, and then absolutely hoe her. That's one worry. The other worry is that she embraced and connected with her like vengeful snake personality thing. And even if she's all airheaded, like she still got some like her slamming the desk and being all upset, like she still got that in her. So I don't know how I feel about her like regressing. I feel like her like mentality regressing is fine. I mean, she's acting so like odd and crazy, right? She's insane. Not a good look, but yeah, I don't know what that butt was leading to, but what is going on in this stupid closet? So it's all of her clothes. Okay, the clothes are fine. Clothes wasn't anything crazy. Behind the clothes, on the ground, he freaky with it. What the thing about the closet is, whatever it's in it was something that she's had and been protecting since before Nisei, because in Nisei we were told about the closet. Well, I don't remember exactly what we were told in Nisei. But I'm willing to assume... I could pull that up if I really want. Frick it. I'll just write it down. I don't know if I'll pull it up or not. Nisei closet Sengoku. In Nisei, I'm assuming that whatever Kaiki just saw was there back in Nisei, which means it's not anything new, which means it's probably some weird relic from when she and Araragi had met way long ago and she fell in love with him. It's probably some weird relic. Or it could be something that she got from Araragi in Nisei when she was trying to woo him, when he was over, and it could be like a shrine kind of deal. Like, oh, I got his toothbrush. Shout out Karen. Kaiki laying in the bed with an aquarium or a jungle. Dude, you have such an expensive hotel. Calm yourself. Crazy. I love Senjugahara. I love seeing Senjugahara cry like that. That was really, really sweet to me. What provoked her to cry? Let's see. Oh, the Kaiki giving her away to lie to Araragi to make him forget about Sengoku, because Kaiki's also going to make Sengoku not want to like convince. Kaiki's going to convince. The plan currently is to convince Sengoku that they died in a traffic accident. Shout out Hachikuji. Shout out Gaen. And then we need Araragi to also lay off because he was visiting a ton too. Oh yeah, I wonder if there's any change. Is he still making those visits to the shrine? Because Senjo mentioned that he was going up and then getting like almost killed over and over. Is Kaiki Kaiki could see Araragi at one point? That's not anything. That's something we could think about. Okay, and then so Hana. I didn't want to rewatch the Hana thing, but Hana Kanburu Kaiki talk. What I'm probably going to do is just ask a little bit in the Discord, or like maybe a comment or two will be able to kind of punch into it about the specifics of what we know about Kaiki's past relationship. Because I'm just getting a little fogged on it, and I don't want to look through Hana because I don't want to spoil myself, because people were, that's been a big thing. But yeah, anything else I'm trying to talk about? I'm your dog. There was a little bit of those like little like poke comments that were definitely like stronger this episode. Oh yeah, the whole bag thing. What was up with the bag thing? I was a little lost on the bag thing. The whole first crush thing was how much of that was true? What? Kaiki, don't lie to me. I gotta go back to Nisei for that, too? He's got the mistaken notion that you were my first crush. I kind of had that notion, too, did I not? Yeah, you did have feelings for Kaiki. Is first the problem there? Didn't you have feelings for Kaiki? Or were you just lying? Wait, okay. I think Araragi... Wait, okay. Let me just play this. I think Araragi-kun has a misunderstanding about my relationship with you. Misunderstanding. He's got the mistaken notion that you were my first crush. I kind of thought that was pretty true. Because back then, you made a lie you didn't have to. Or rather, one you made with malice. He was jabbing at. He was jabbing. He'd be a little jabber. I thought it was more of like oh, you bringing that up? I thought that was the Senjogahara feeling, not Kaiki lying. You were only deceived by me and toyed around to my liking. Bro, he's just doomer. And then she looks uncomfortable, and then he, like, follows up. It's funny, he changes the subject when he notices that he's got her feeling bad. Right? That he's getting, like, that he's kind of pushing on her, and she's, like, looking away, and she's looking sad. He changes the subject to, do you take your bag when you leave your seat? And then, okay, but he's advocating for her to take her bag. Is that so that she's just ready to go, you know? And kind of, like, ignoring the politeness aspect, which Kaiki, I feel like, would be someone that would ignore politeness if needed. Because then she takes the bag later, and then he's like, good job. Probably the type that would take her bag with her in times like that, I think. That she's, because she's that airheaded. Okay. Oh, yeah, and then the specific line that made Senjogahara cry. I want that line. Oh, no, I already got that. It was Kaiki giving her the way out. And basically, like, completely dismantling the situation and saying, oh, we got it. Like, well, this is how we're going to do it, and it's going to work. And so she gets up to go cry. I thought she was upset. I thought she was upset about that idea, like, being like, I couldn't do that to, or whatever. But, like, I thought she was upset about that. Or did she? She took her bag with her, good attitude. That impresses me. I think it's just like a being a ready-to-go thing. Oh, Senjogahara. That makes my heart beat. That's so good. Dude, we just, more and more... I feel like we don't see Senjogahara enough, but whenever we see her, I feel like she's just a little bit more emotional. Like, all this stuff back in the crab, she was complete. That was, like, the point. But she's still been growing and still been, like, figuring that out for herself, which I really, really like. Okay. Well, I've got my list of things I need to look at. I'm going to look for my notes because I missed my notes because they were freaking pogged out of their mind. And yeah, I think that's all I really got for this episode. Episode 3 of Koimonogatari. On to the next episode 4. Should be exciting. We're halfway through this arc. Arc's been fire so far. Definitely one of the, like, tightest arcs. Really liking the, Kaiki's a really fun narrator. Senjogahara and Kaiki is a really fun duo. Senjogahara, I feel like we don't get enough of, so I appreciate that. Crazy information with Gaen going on. Might see episode pop up because I assume he's shadowing Homeboy. Kaiki Kon and people, always fun to watch. Kaiki Kon and me, always fun to think about. What more do I gotta say? But yeah, that's all I got for this episode. Episode 3 of Koimonogatari. Until the next episode 4. Of course, if you like the video, like the video, subscribe. If you're a new, blah, 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 comment, blah, 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 or join the Discord, talk to me or other Monogatari fans there. Hit the notification bell as well if you want the bing, 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 bing for whenever other things happen, streams go live, anything like that. But until then, until next episode, episode 4, that's all I got for now. I'll be seeing you then. Peace.